Hello everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful Monday, for it was not so busy for me, but interesting indeed. And being Monday, it's time for spooky places. And this week we shall visit an American icon. The Hollywood sign in Hollywood, California, resting on Mount Lee in Griffith Park. The Hollywood sign got its first taste of death on a dark night in September 1932. It was on this night that Lillian Peg Entwistle climbed up the slopes of Mount Lee with the glowing sign as her final destination. When she arrived, she scaled the heights of the giant letter H and jumped. Her body plunged down the side of the hill and broke on the ground below. As she had planned, the fall had killed her. Thanks to her good looks and her popularity on Broadway, Peg, only 24, had landed a short-term contract with RKO Studios, and within weeks of her arrival landed a small part in the film 13 Women. She knew that even though it was a small part, it would lead to other offers. It was only her first movie role, she realized. Little did she know that it would turn out to be her last. During filming, Peg discovered that the part was actually a supporting role, but a good one. Her hopes began to rise. The movie was released only to be savaged by the critics. RKO quickly shelved it. It was released quietly a short time later, but substantial cuts had been made to the 73-minute running time. Peg's part, despite her good showing, had been reduced to little more than a cameo appearance. Once more she was bitterly disappointed, but vowed to not let it get to her. She began answering ads for small parts and was going to auditions and casting calls. However, Peg soon found out that she was just another pretty face in a town filled with beautiful women. All of them had come to Hollywood for the same reason, to make it into show business. Things went from bad to worse. Her option with RKO ran out and they declined to renew it. She was cut loose and on her own, now unable to even find work in a small theater. Soon, promises of future work quickly vanished as her career fell apart. Her new friends made themselves scarce. No one can afford to be seen with a nobody in Hollywood. Peg Entwistle, the gorgeous young woman who had shot to fame on Broadway, had now fallen to the bottom of the Hollywood barrel. She became even more depressed when she was unable to even scrap together train fare to go back to New York. She would never act again. So on that terrible night in September 1932, Peg announced to her Uncle Harold that she was going to take a walk. She was last seen alive heading down Beechwood Canyon toward Mount Lee. Apparently Peg scratched her way to the slope of the Hollywood sign, where she took off her coat and folded it neatly. She placed it along with her purse at the base of the maintenance ladder which led to the letter H. She climbed to the top and then plunged to her death. The next day, a woman hiking in Griffith Park discovered the purse and coat near the ladder. She opened the purse and discovered a suicide note inside. It simply read, "I am afraid, I am a coward, I am sorry for everything. If I had done this a long time ago, it would have saved a lot of pain." Initials P.E. A hiker replaced the note and then, in the early morning hours, placed the purse and coat on the doorstep of the Hollywood police station. 2 days later, authorities discovered the body of Peg Entwistle in the brush at the bottom of Mount Lee. Unsure of her identity, the police ran a description of the woman, along with the contents of the suicide note, in the newspaper. They were quickly contacted by Uncle Harold, who had been frantically searching for his niece since she had left for her walk several evenings before. He feared the worst. When he saw the initials attached to the end of the note, not long after, he identified the body as that of Peg Entwistle. Here's where the irony comes in. 2 days later, Uncle Harold was sifting through the afternoon mail and discovered a letter that had been mailed to Peg the day before she jumped to her death. The letter was from Beverly Hills Playhouse, and it had been written to offer Peg the lead role in their next production. It gets even better, though, because the beautiful young woman who commits suicide in the final act of the play was the part she was supposed to play. But that was not the last people have seen of Peg Entwistle. In the following years, her suicide hikers and park rangers in Griffith Park have reported some pretty strange happenings in the vicinity of the Hollywood sign. Many have reported sightings of a woman dressed in 1930s era clothing who abruptly vanishes when approached. She has been described as a very attractive blonde woman who seems very sad. Could this be Peg's ghost, still making her presence known? Could it also be linked to the pungent smell of gardenia perfume, which has been known to overwhelm sightseers in the park? Perhaps it is, as gardenia scent was known to be Peg's trademark perfume. In 1990, a North Hollywood man and his girlfriend were walking on a Beechwood Canyon trail near the Hollywood sign with their dog when the animal suddenly began to act very strange. Instead of running around on the trail and through the brush, as he normally did, he began to whine and hang back near the couple. They had never seen him act that way before and could not find a cause until they spotted a lady walking nearby. One thing they noticed about her is she was wearing clothing from the 30s. However, thinking that they are in Hollywood, that they didn't pay much attention. The lady, however, seemed to be walking in a daze, and thinking that perhaps she was drunk or on drugs, they started to steer clear of her when she suddenly just faded away before their eyes. At that time, they had no idea who Peg Entwistle was, nor that she had committed suicide nearby, or even that her ghost reportedly haunted the area. Another eyewitness to the haunting was Griffith Park ranger named John Abergast. In an interview, he revealed his encounters with the ghost of Peg Entwistle. He stated that he normally made his presence known very late at night, especially when it was foggy, and always in the vicinity of the Hollywood sign. He also claimed to have encountered the scent of gardenias in the area as well. He states, "I have smelled it several times, and always when no flowers are around because of the cold weather. I don't think I have ever smelled it in the summertime." Abergast's duties as a ranger involves the Hollywood sign itself, and he explains that in recent years alarm systems have been installed near the sign to keep people away from it. There's also danger of vandals and, of course, suicides who want to go out the same way that Peg did. The alarm system incorporated the use of motion detectors and lights to keep intruders away. Abergast recalled a number of times when the alarm system stated that someone was close to the sign, even though a check by the ranger revealed no one was there. There have been many times when I've been to the sign, he said, and the motion detectors say that someone is standing 5 feet away from me, only there's nobody there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tale this week, my friends, and may you all have a spooky night.